Welcome back to your favorite channel. Welcome back to your favorite channel. It's the PBC. It's your boy PBK9s giving it to you the way I always do. My brothers and sisters, come on up in here. Come on up in here for this good old Sunday. We got some dog news and some dog talk to talk about. We got some breaking dog news from South Carolina. I'm going to give it to you. You know, I always give you that South Carolina news. And I tell you, it's going down out here. You know what I'm saying? It's going down out here. It's your boy PBK9s, man. Big shout out to everybody taking care of them pets across the world. Like I always say, my brothers and sisters. First we're going to get into a situation that happened in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Where we had some a road rage incident over here. Over here in my area. And when it comes to road rage, man, we all go through it time to time. I don't care who it is, men and women. We all go through it. But what we got to understand, man, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? You never know what the person who driving the car in front of you or behind you or beside you, we get to blowing our horns at the traffic lights when they're not moving and all kind of things, and stuff escalate. But you never know what's going on with the person driving. So a lot of times, man, a lot of that attitude, a lot of that temper, and sometimes folk be mad, not even mad at the person that's driving. They mad at somebody who they left at the house, or they mad at somebody in the streets, or they mad at somebody else that just gave them a phone call. And now, they driving, and they want to take it out on the person that's in front of them or behind them or blowing their horn at them or whatever. So, this stuff is serious, man, because it goes down all across America. I seen one lady young lady, she was, her brother was driving, and he blew the horn at her at the light. They went through the light. He was going by his business. He thought she was going by her business. She followed him and shot him down. Didn't know him at all. Just because he blew the horn at her at the light. Now, this situation here was caught on camera, what I'm about to give you now. Right up the street, right up the street from Walker Mall as well. This incident was caught it was 3 people in the accident. You're going to see 2 people on the camera. The third person is recording the video, and the thing about it, it's crazy because all I can say, man, it's just crazy. You can't really blame it on one particular thing because you never know what happens. You never know who you're dealing with in these cars when you get out here and approach people, cussing them out, arguing, want to fight them. You never know who these people are, man. You know what I'm saying? And before we get deep down into this dog talk, let's go to this road rage incident, Horry County, South Carolina. And this is the brother that it, went down with. I'm gonna give you the picture of him first and then give you the video as well. So you got it from first, man. PBK9s, let's get into it.
Some fucking anger, man.
You need one more fucking time to get in my fucking face.
I got one more time.
Come
on. Put your goddamn hands on me, see what happens.
No, come on.
Sad situation, man. Sad situation. 2 mothers lost a son in that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's no winner in road rage, man. And a lot of times it backfires and goes totally opposite of what you thought it was going to go. Now, this next situation, I always tell brothers, man, and we all from different areas, and I even speak to my brothers and sisters in Europe, Africa, and different places, Asia, across the world, But I always say, man, when it comes to the N word, you know what I'm saying, and when it comes to racism, a lot of people might not see it the way everybody see it. It just depends on where you stay at, where you from, or what you've been through. Now, I always tell you that N-word don't fly the same way. My people who don't know what fly mean, that N-word, you cannot say it the same way everywhere you go. Quick example. My brothers up north, they use it Because you have a lot of people, Puerto Ricans grew up with black people, white brothers that grow up with black people, and everybody be congregated together. So, folk got comfortable saying that word, and there's no problem up north. I'm not sure how it is out west, but down south, they look at it different. You can just say that word from another race. I don't care what race you is. It's not just the white people, it's anybody that's not black. So when you say it, whether they step to you or whether they say anything about it, soon as you say it, no matter where you at, people automatically look at you. The people of the opposite color, they automatically look at you. They don't got to say nothing, but they look at you. And this is a situation I'm about to give you coming from my area where the N-word was flung around and the brother thought it was nothing going to happen about it. I tell you, man, it just, like I said, different demographics, different states, different areas, people coming up different ways and experiencing different things. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is accept it, love each other, love everybody, man, and try to do things better out here. Learn from your mistakes out here. Learn from your mistakes is what this all boils down to.
Nigga, who the fuck is you telling me that go? Who the fuck is you? This is dumb shit, bro. Who the fuck is you telling me to let go? This is dumb shit, bro. Who the fuck is you telling to let go, nigga? Hey, who the fuck? Hey, who the fuck? It's me. I'm about to spit in your face. Who the fuck?
No, don't spit in his face,
go,
man.
nigga? Who the fuck? Is you telling me to let go? Real quick.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Stop it.
Who the fuck? No, you telling me to let go?
No.
Who the fuck?
No, don't do that.
Who the fuck is you telling me to let go? Who the fuck is you telling me to let go?
No, I bet you do that. I bet you want to swing. Go ahead and hug it out. Hug it out. Hug it out. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
Y'all don't do that. Yeah, cause y'all friends. Don't do that.
Don't press against me like you're
Oh God.
Don't say it's all. Don't say it's all love and then press against me, motherfucker.
Jackson.
Don't say it's all love and then press against me.
Going down. Y'all want to go to your room in the night? Y'all better
Yeah,
chill.
don't do that. Y'all
Fuck
friends.
them niggas.
Oh,
Fuck
no.
them niggas.
Who? What?
Hey, they ain't about it. This is some personal shit. Y'all get
It
your own
about
good
to be.
night. We can do whatever you want to do, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, you know what it's on.
No, let's just go about our business. Cause see, yeah, it'll get real.
His friend know better.
Yeah. His friend trying to tell him like you can't be saying the N-word.
Saying that N-word. Oh no, almost as if he isn't in the South.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
Say it again. Say it again.
nigga.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Really, don't.
Willie, no.
Fuck you, keep playing.
Now, before we get into the South Carolina dog fighting bus, I'm going to talk a little bit about Corey, and then we're going to get into these dogs I want y'all to check out real quick. Corey, coccidias. When it comes to coccidias and your puppies, my question to everybody is, all my women, all my ladies out there, is it better for me to use the Corey or to just take my dog to the vet? When it comes down to coccidias, the true answer will always be take your dog to the vet. But we know that everybody, some of us think that we are veterinarians and all type of stuff, across the country, across the world. So we like to work on our dogs ourselves. My question, does the Corey actually help your dog in the way, that you need compared to the vet? We go to the vet, we get their medicine, and the puppies, it's not as hard to take the coccidious medicine that the vet give you compared to the correct. Them dogs be trying to gag it out and spit it out and all type of stuff, and you're not even 100% sure if it's actually working for the dog. You know, I only dealt with coccidias with puppies 2 times in my life. You know, one time I know how they got it. I had the dogs in the cage with the puppy, the mama dog in the cage with the puppies, or, you know, like a small one of them black cages, big enough for her and the puppies to be in. I went to work, and when I came back home, she had used the bathroom in the cage. I don't even think I went to work. I went somewhere, but when I came back home, she had used the bathroom in the cage, and she peed and pooped in the cage at the same time. You know, she wasn't a dog that I had housebroken or none of that type of stuff. She was just a dog that seemed like she knew not to use the bathroom in her cage, you know. But this particular time she did. So the cage had urine and feces in it, and the puppies was walking around in the cage. They looked healthy. They was about, I'm going to say about right at 4 weeks then. You know, they was right around that 4-week age. But I got in there, cleaned it up, got everything cleaned up. But I noticed that they took they wasn't really getting fat as I want them to get over the next couple days. You see, it seemed like they over say a week later, they wasn't acting sick, they wasn't acting slow or but they had running stool, and they wasn't holding on their weight like they should have been. You know, they looked at slim, like I'm trying to take them to a dog show or something. You know, and they puppies. You know, so that's why I say, man, does the correct works? I mean, if I'm paying this estimate, say if I'm paying $40-something, $50 for the court, all right. Now, if I gotta pay $100 for the vet, and it's eliminating the problems, you know, all the little excess stuff, because some of them dogs, you know, when you give them that cord, they do not like the taste of it. And all medicine probably tastes bad, you know, but if I can spend $100 and go to the vet, or $50 and use the cord and do it myself, I might as well spend $100 and go to the vet. You know, and at least it'll be some peace in my mind knowing that I'm actually fighting the bacteria or worm or infection the dog actually has. You know, the Gardia or whatever they call it. So I was just wondering, man, because we've been going to that court for many, many years, and it works, you know. But some people, it don't work for some people, you know. And some dogs, they'll gag it up, they'll spit up. But I guess you just get as much as you can in their mouth. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, when your dog catch coccidias, when you got, especially with puppies, you know, with big dogs, they fight it off better. With puppies, small puppies, still whelping with the mama, you know, that's your worst nightmare other than Parvo. You know, Parvo is your worst nightmare for any size dog, for your yard and everything. But that coccidias, for them small puppies like that, they eat all the food and they just have running stool. Eat good. Always, as soon as you put the bowl out, they're ready to eat. But they got running stool, you know. They're not keeping no weight on them. But they active, they running around, you know. But that's like a little, some type of bacteria in them. I think they call it Gardia. So sometimes, man, it's just better to just go to the vet. You know what I'm saying? Far as prices, we all know that the vet prices is high compared to doing it yourself. You know, it just depends on how bad you want to keep the dogs that you're trying to save. You know what I'm saying? Or the puppies you're trying to save, rather. You know, I don't know anything else, me, myself, personally, that cures that particular disease, you know, other than the cord that we use at home. I know when your dog has loose stool, you can give them some rice and stuff like that, and it will stiffen up their stool, you know. Not saying it's going to stiffen it up if they got the coccidias, but we just talking about loose stool in general, just for, you know, dog can have loose stool for anything. Just because and that's another thing, just because he got loose stool don't mean he got coccidias. You know, his stomach may not agree with the food that he's eating. You know, you may be giving him too much food. It's all kind of reasons, but you'll know when you got a coccidia. It's that black stink poop when they poop it out, runny and stink and blackish color sometimes. We ain't, and no blood, cause when you see blood, that's a whole different ball game. We just talking about, it may be the color of the dog food, could be a light color, whatever color dog food you're using, but it's gonna be runny. And you may have 3 or 4 puppies out your litter like that, and the other couple puppies may be straight. And sometimes you can see that one puppy with it, and you be trying to stop it. The next thing you know, you see second puppy got it. When they poop, it's coming out running. Then you see the next one's doing it. They poop, it's coming out running. So yeah, man, it's just something to know, man. When it comes to that coccidias, I think a lot of brothers are running to that before they run into the parvo. A lot of times, with that parvo, it ain't nothing really too much we can talk about with the cure and stuff. You got brothers out here, old school brothers, who tell you the cure for parvo and what they use for parvo. I have heard brothers say the cure is for balbesia, but parvo, man, once parvo get in your dog, it's almost the most deadliest disease that your dog can catch outside of rabies. He get rabies, that's pretty much a wrap. Once the symptoms of rabies kick in, they won't try to save your dog. Just put them down. That's the law across the board. He can get bit by an animal with rabies, and they're gonna try to prevent the symptoms. Once he have any symptoms, they gotta put him down. And the most deadly dog disease outside of that is gonna be parvo. So each one teach one, man. To anybody that knows, a remedy or ways that they got their dog back healthy when they had parvo, when they had coccidias, tell a brother. There's a lot of brothers out here that be wanting to know this stuff, man. Not just how long your dog went in the box. These brothers want to know how to take care of these dogs and what to do with these puppies when they start having these situations and illnesses. Now I want to throw these dogs up here real quick. I got 3 dogs I want y'all to look at. 3 dogs. What I want y'all to do is tell me what these dogs off of. And some of my brothers that read books and all kind of read magazines and know them sport dog journals left the front to back, you may know these dogs already. But I want y'all to tell me, what bloodline are these dogs? What bloodline would you think these dogs are coming from? Or what famous dogs do you think these dogs have in it when you look at them? 3 dogs, brindle and brown color. Look at the structures, look at the ears, look at the face. They big dogs. They not no 30-some pound dogs. They in between the 50s, 40s, 50s, and up. Are the Eli dogs, Rascal dogs, Jeep dogs, Kobe dogs? What do you see? And you're not right or wrong regardless. We're just trying to see where your eyes at when it comes to just looking at a dog and calling it out instantly. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nothing gonna talk no trash to you about it, nothing like that. Just trying to see where my brother's at, and we gonna take it from that conversation to the next. 3 dogs. Boom, boom, boom. Jeep dogs, Sorrels. We forget about that Sorrel stuff. What about them Hammonds? Are those Hammonds dogs? Now, see, it's kind of a reason I put these 3 dogs up here. You know what I'm saying? It's the get back onto that topic, what I was talking about. See, these 3 dogs that y'all looking at right here, all three of these dogs come off of Bass Tramp Red Boy. All 3 of these dogs are Red Boy dogs. One name is Cobra. I forgot the other two names. I have to look at article, but one named Cobra. All three red boy dogs. And my point was, we are used to looking at the red and white dogs as the red boy dogs of America, when there's so many other red boy dogs. So imagine any of these three dogs that you're looking at on the screen were inbred, were inbred red boy stuff, but they took the black color, they took the brindle color, they took the brown color. You would have never thought that brown dog was a red boy dog just by looking at it directly off red boy. Not none of these modern day red boy dogs. We talking about back in the days. You can see the picture and tell us back in the days. Directly off red boy. One of them off red boy and brandy girl. So, where are the brindle red boy dogs that go all the way back to these dogs that brothers kept over the years? You know what I'm saying? They preserved them the right ways. And that's why I say, in actuality, from what we see, just straight off the humbug, the bingo dogs have been preserved better than any red boy dog out there. The Bailey's bingo dog. And that's why I say, are you getting bingo traits, or are you getting red boy traits? We get gassed up off that color, that red and white color. But that red and white color is to a pure red boy dog that carries his own traits. We don't know if Bailey's bingo is as game as red boy was. We don't know if Bailey's bingo produce dogs as game as red boy did. But I say that, like I say, to say this, that red and white, in my opinion, red boy threw other red and white dogs that you see out there that came directly off him. But the red and white color that we go off of, if you go back in the pedigrees and look at all them dogs, from Boomer, Sammy the Arab, Boomer, to all of them, they're coming down off that Bailey's bingo. But you had so many red boy dogs of different colors. So if this brother say, and right now people will criticize it. People will criticize anybody who say, I got a pure red boy dog, a pure red boy yard, and they don't got the red and white red boy dogs out there. They got black brindle dogs, the black brindle brown dogs, and maybe a few buckskins, but they got a lot of dark colored dogs. And you may see 1 or 2 red and white ones. But they say they got a pure red boy yard, and now you want to kind of contradict them. You want to look at them funny because when you hear the word pure red boy, you automatically think red and white. And like I said, we should get in our mind and start understanding that red and white means pure Bailey's bingo, which can mean the red boy as well. But it don't exclude the other colors from being pure red boy. Now, for a fact, I ain't lying. If somebody come up and they say they got a pure red boy yard and they got 20 dogs and they don't got no red and white dogs, you gonna feel suspect because you so used to them pure red boy dogs being cow patch dogs, being red and white dogs, white and red dogs, having some sort of a large amount of white in them somewhere, So, hey, man, it's just something to pay attention to. Like I said, it's something to be aware about. And like I said, when you're looking at these dogs, out of the 3 that I showed you on the screen, it's easy to say how a brother can have black, pure red boy dogs back in the days. It's easy to see it now. When you look at certain dogs that could have been bred or certain dogs that were bred, you just don't got the pictures of them. Or either they was bred and people didn't preserve them, or the dogs died out and something happened to the dogs. You would have had black red boy dogs, brindle red boy dogs, buckskin red boy dogs, pure red boy at that. You know, then we can look at Red Boy himself. Look at Red Boy himself and look at his color. It don't look like Bailey's Bingo. But one of the most key things that stand out to me on that Red Boy picture posted by Miss Marlowe in one of the journals back in the days. One of the most key things that stand out to me is it said Red Boy is 72 pounds. That you wonder where these yellow dogs get that size from. The yellow dogs get that size because you got Yellow John, who was an inbred Red Boy dog, bred Miss Jocko, but he was inbred. And when you take that out, put it in that inbred stuff, you get a splash. You know, you get a splash. It's inbred. You take that out. It always, well, I can't say always for all dogs, but it happens like that a lot. Them inbred dogs, you breed them out, you get a splash. The splash was Grand Champion Yellow, and whenever they made them crosses like that with Yellow Giant. You take a lot of dogs that's inbred. When you look at a dog that's inbred, so I'm gonna use my own dog like Fletcher. He's inbred all the way down. So if I take him and I breed him with a Sorrell's dog, I'm gonna get a splash or some shit. If I take him and I breed him with a dog with some Eli stuff in it, or Eli dog, it's gonna get a splash. It's gonna be a splash because of the simple fact that line and that particular line needed that out. You know, needed that out. Or even if it's not needed, it could use an out to get a certain kind of dog that you're looking for. Now, since we talking about Red Boy, we in South Carolina, man. I told y'all brothers and I told y'all sisters, it's going down in South Carolina. You don't want to believe me? I told you about DJ Dynamite. I told you what it was. I told you what I thought. And now look, we got more news. This news ain't got nothing to do with him. You know, I ain't gonna make nothing like that up. This ain't got nothing to do with him that I know of. But I'm just telling you, I told you, his KP in an open case, open investigation. These folk in South Carolina been open for the last 2 years. This sled group they got. Ever since they bust the Carolina Classic in Rock Hill, we coming back with some more news from Rock Hill, South Carolina. You know, Rock Hill, South Carolina. I'm surprised your boy ain't tell y'all nothing about it. he like to play in that area. I ain't gonna call his name. He like to play in that area. I'm surprised he don't never tell y'all nothing about the Rock Hill news. You know what I'm saying? He get up there on this little channel and talk about everything else. Fairy tale. But he won't talk about that Rock Hill news. It be going down. Rock Hill, like I said, Rock Hill been known for a lot of dog busts. It been a lot of dog busts happening in Rock Hill lately. Over the past couple years. You know, 5, maybe longer than that. But like I said, it's going down. South Carolina sled investigation case still open. It's still going. They're going city to city, county to county, and they cleaning up what they say is the dog fighting ring, a dog fighting circuit. Now this brother right here, they ain't saying nothing about they caught him with no drugs, no guns, no nothing else. But they got a whole bunch of dog fighting charges. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I'm here to give the news to the brothers and sisters that need and wants to hear what's going down with these American Pitbull Terriers. As Chico Lopez called them, the real American Pitbull. You get the news from around the board, from the front to the left, to the right, to the side. You know, I don't sugarcoat it. Give it to you how it come, man. Some gonna like it and some ain't. You know, some gonna like it and some ain't. All I can do is lay it out there for my brothers and for my sisters. So what we gonna do, man, we gonna go to this article because it's fresh off the press. Hey, I ain't got no big, long, super long video for it yet. Fresh off the press. Rock Hill, South Carolina. You know where you got it from first. Dog fighting arrest Pelican Bay K9s on the PBC. Let's go.
York County SC, a Rock Hill man, is facing over 24 charges following a major investigation by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, SLED, into alleged dog fighting and animal cruelty. Corey Dezette Hardin, 35, was booked into the York County Detention Center on Friday evening, January 9th, 2026. The arrest records indicate a severe case, with Hardin facing a litany of charges related to the abuse and torture of animals. According to detention center records, Hardin has been charged with ill treatment of animals, torture, approximately 10 separate counts, animal fighting or baiting act violations, approximately 13 separate counts, criminal conspiracy, 1 count. The sheer volume of charges resulted in a total bond set at $110,000. As of the time of this report, Hardin remains detained at the York County Detention Center. The arrest was executed by SLED, the state's top investigative agency, rather than local police, suggesting a significant or multi-jurisdictional investigation into organized animal fighting operations.
Brothers and sisters down in the chat, man, y'all hit that like button up. All my folks in South Carolina, let me ask you a question. To all my brothers and sisters that been getting into these dog raids all across South Carolina that been going down, don't you see something odd with a person who been involved with the dog situation, right? One of these dog busts, your KP is out here still full-fledged, hollering at this person, that person, this person, that. Don't you see something funny with that? Just imagine. You see all this shit that's going down across South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? You see it. 20 dogs, 30 dogs, 60 dogs, 80 dogs, 100 dogs. And you trying to keep that shit you trying to keep that shit quiet. You trying to keep that quiet. And hollering at all these folk. And like I said before, man, this shit is crazy. I done said all kind of stuff about people year after year after year, talk trash. They talk trash to me, talk trash back, year after year. We get up here talking about these big John dogs. We get up here arguing with certain people, and now the police showing up to everybody's house who got any kind of situation with this guy. If you take your dogs back, police showing up to your house. If you say something about a pedigree, police showing up to your house. I tell you, man. And then folks get in on their side of Facebook and say all kind of lies and stuff and this and all that. But when I'm talking about is real shit here. Open investigation, KP, you still going full-fledged. When you weren't even going full-fledged your whole damn life. You never went full-fledged. Now you out here trying to act like you out here. You trying to act like you out here when you hot. Let me take that back. Your KP hot. No, let me take that back. Your KP jammed up already. Shit don't make sense. I mean, what can I benefit? What could Pelican Bay benefit from Walkmall not being here? What could I benefit? See, DJ Dynamite came in with the petty thinking. He used to petty thinking. Came in with the petty thinking, oh, with Walkmall out the way, I can sell Walkmall dogs. That's like saying, with Pablo Escobar out the way, I can sell more coke. When I'm getting my coke from Pablo Escobar. Why would I want Pablo Escobar to be gone? I want Pablo to stay here and let me keep doing what I'm doing. Using that as an example. May not be a good example, some of my brothers and sisters, but just using that as an example. Oh, Pablo gone, I can take over the market. Take over the market for how long? For 1 week? For 2 weeks? 3 weeks? A month? Y'all boys, like I say, man, a lot of y'all, I can tell you ain't never been in a dog game. A lot of these dog folk we talking about and speak and mention, you just heard about them and read about them. You don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the dog game, I see why certain people is in certain positions, because you got folk like Dynamite that's out here that's fucking up the dog game. Straight up ruining what Mr. Walkmall built. What Mr. Walkermore built of 30 years of great working dogs. And he ain't ruining the dog because everybody done got their dogs already, you know. But he ruining the name of trust. You can trust these brothers to give you a quality product. You don't know what you're getting now dealing with that dude Dynamite. I'm gonna tell you now, you know, it ain't no more vouching. It ain't no more none of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Don't, like I said before, you shouldn't have to make a sale and use a brother name to make a sale, to sell your puppy or to sell this or to do that. Ask this person or ask that person. You know, I don't gotta talk to nobody about my dogs, about my puppies I got, and then say, oh, you want to know? Ask so and so. Ask this. I don't gotta do that. But you see that when it come to Walkermore name now, man, that shit is disgrace. You know what I'm saying? Disgrace, because at the end of the day, it's like, shit, you fell for the bait. You fell for the bait, Dynamite. Like I told you before, you think it's about dogs. It ain't no Big John sperm, ain't no Little John sperm. You just take that damn name, because when the heat pop off, because they're so scared already, you know what I'm saying? So scared already, you should have been got the dogs from the courtroom. You know? Nothing but chain violations. And you tell me that them chain violations scared them that long not to have no damn dogs and do nothing, but yet Dynamite whole KP is over here busted. And you're walking, talking. Walker hog dogs. And listen here, man. It wasn't nobody calling this shit Walker this until I start talking about that Walker Red. I'm the only person that abbreviated that shit. I ain't talking about the brothers. I'm talking to one person. I ain't talking about y'all other brothers that bought them dogs and all different type of stuff. You know, because this ain't talking to y'all. Talking to one person. Walker hog dogs. Made them change that name up quick like. I mean, me myself, I'm good with the real Walkermore. You know, I don't got no problem with them. My thing is, I just ain't gonna sit back and be the fool. If you want me to be the fool, you can't be cool with me because I won't be the fool, then so be it. When it come to DJ Dynamite, I don't fuck with him anyway. Never fuck with him. He wasn't in the Bulldog circle when I tell you about knowing all these different old schoolers and all that type of shit around my way. He not in that circle. He from over there where he at, and he wasn't over here bulldogging with us. All them red boy stories I tell you, that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing he got going on. All the yellow stories I tell you, he don't know nothing about where them yellow dogs is at besides Walkermore shit. That's why he act like that with them. But hey, man, you know, like I said, I had all style of yellow dogs. You know, so, you know, I know you can make blends. I know you can make breeds and crosses to be better than the other ones, better than this one or better than that one. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I didn't get my best dog that I ever had from no damn Walkermore. Matter of fact, I called my homeboy up from the country. Yo, man, come give me a ride over here to Crossroad House real quick. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy came pick me up. We went and picked Sambo up, and I took him back home. Probably stayed out there about a good hour at the most. Walking around, like I told y'all, I looked at 2 other dogs. Both of them was off Al's Brute. I didn't get them. Somebody I know ended up getting them. And Sambo ran through their ass like Courtney. Both of them. Ain't no different than when Thompson telling you he got the best boys dogs in the world. You know, imagine you had to get your dogs from Dynamite or Thompson and you thought you was getting the best yellow or the best bulls. Dynamite would breed any damn thing and give it to you. What you think you're gonna get when you getting a Big John dog, or you getting a dog off a Big John dog? See, I done told you that's what they trying to do. He gonna try to bring out a dog to say you ain't gonna, none of y'all brothers out there ain't gonna get a dog off Big John. He gonna try to sell you the ones that's supposed to be off Big John's sons. Big John grandsons. They wait 2-3 years. You see how long they waited with this first lie? That shit ain't work, so they got to go back to the drawing board and recoup it back up. Now they'll bring them out with Big John as the granddaddy, so-and-so, and this dog, and that dog, and this dog. And really, Big John ain't the granddaddy. The granddaddy is one of them dogs on the yard now. It might be Mango. The dog on Fletcher them litter. So, I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. We see the dog game for what it is. And that's the great thing about the dog game. You can see all these phonies out here. You can see all these crooks out here. You know what I'm saying? You can see all the ones that just try to run that wool over you. And like I said, if I didn't put my work in with them Big John dogs, you could probably tell me anything. But I put my work in with them, did a lot of good with them, and I kicked a lot of ass against them. So with me, it's I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I represent my dogs I got in my yard, like I always say. But when it comes to a line, shit, I mean, I'm straight. I'm straight. Because I know when I did my represent, it was with Red Boy Jocko Jeep, heavy Red Boy Jeep with the Jocko in it. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long, man. I know y'all want to get into y'all football and hang with the family and do all the stuff y'all got to do because the work week starting up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy PB K9s giving it to you. Y'all stay legal. Y'all stay safe out there. And we out.
The Pitbull Encyclopedia is the ultimate guide for anyone who loves, owns, or wants to learn more about one of the world's most misunderstood dog breeds. Packed with expert insights, breed history, training tips, health advice, and heartwarming stories, this comprehensive book breaks down the myths and highlights the true nature of pit bulls. Loyal, intelligent, and loving companions. Whether you're a first-time owner, a seasoned pit bull enthusiast, or an advocate for the breed, the Pitbull Encyclopedia is your go-to resource for understanding and celebrating these incredible dogs.